industry. And a belly-to-belly throw by the intense Braun Breaker.
The tribal chief is in serious danger. In a shocking twist that rocked the WWE Universe, Bronson Reed has officially joined forces with Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins, turning their already dangerous faction into an unstoppable juggernaut. Roman Reigns, isolated and outnumbered, seemed destined to fall, until the unthinkable happened. Cody Rhodes made his dramatic return, charging into the chaos to stand beside his former rival. The battle lines are drawn. Betrayals, surprise alliances, and a war for control of WWE has ignited. Can Reigns and Rhodes survive the onslaught? Smash that like button and subscribe. This is the War of Wars, a WWE landscape transformed by betrayal and power. Roman Reigns, the undisputed king of WWE for years, has had his empire shaken to its core. The once unbreakable bloodline fractured when Paul Heyman turned his allegiance, joining forces with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker to create a faction fueled by ruthless aggression and cunning strategy. Now, the addition of Bronson Reed, a monstrous force of nature, has escalated the conflict to unprecedented levels. Reed's imposing presence, raw power, and brutal fighting style make him a game-changer, tipping the balance heavily in favor of Heyman's faction. Roman Reigns is outnumbered, outgunned, and standing at the eye of a perfect storm. The question on everyone's mind: can the tribal chief weather this brutal onslaught alone? Or is there a chance that Cody Rhodes' surprise return might restore the fragile balance of power? The electric atmosphere before the storm. The arena was charged with anticipation as Roman Reigns stood tall in the center of the ring, his steely gaze scanning the crowd. The scars from previous battles and the weight of leadership were etched on his face, but his presence was commanding. The tribal chief, ready to address the WWE Universe. Suddenly, the tension snapped as Seth Rollins' theme music blared through the speakers. The crowd erupted as Rollins appeared, flanked by the monstrous Braun Breaker and the enigmatic Paul Heyman, followed by the shockingly powerful Bronson Reed. Reed's gaze locked onto Roman Reigns as he cracked his knuckles with a slow, sinister grin, a silent promise of destruction. Heyman grabbed the microphone, his voice dripping with venom and cold confidence. "Roman, you thought you could rule forever. Look around. Your time is up." The attack and the Savior's arrival. Just as Rollins and Reed moved in for a vicious attack on the tribal chief, the arena plunged into darkness. The crowd's roar turned to stunned silence, then erupted into a deafening frenzy as the iconic chords of Kingdom blasted through the speakers. Cody Rhodes burst onto the stage, kendo stick in hand, charging toward the ring like a man on a mission. With unrelenting intensity, Rhodes forced Heyman's faction to retreat, standing shoulder to shoulder with Roman Reigns, two former rivals now united against a common enemy. The air crackled with tension and raw emotion, every fan on their feet witnessing what could be a game-changing alliance. The once clear battle lines blurred as these two titans of WWE prepared to take on the might of Heyman's empire together. The most dominant force WWE has ever seen. Bronson Reed's addition to Paul Heyman's faction solidifies their status as the most dominant force in WWE history. The sheer brutality and physical dominance of Rollins, Breaker, Reed, and Heyman's cunning strategy make them a nightmare for any superstar daring enough to challenge them. With Reed's raw power now unleashed alongside the strategic minds of Rollins and Heyman, this faction appears unstoppable. Yet Cody Rhodes' shocking return throws a wild card into the mix. His alliance with Roman Reigns might be the spark needed to ignite a revolution, or it might simply be a temporary truce, a fragile balance before an inevitable clash between former allies. The question now looms: can this uneasy partnership survive the pressure? Or will old wounds and rivalries rip them apart before the war even begins? The war for supremacy has officially begun. The stakes have never been higher, and the WWE Universe is on the edge of its seat. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, is fighting not only for his legacy, but for survival itself. With Bronson Reed now standing firmly with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, the odds seem stacked against him like never before. Cody Rhodes' return injects hope and unpredictability into the war, but it also adds complexity. Are Rhodes and Reigns truly united? Or will ambition and past grudges fracture the new Shield before it can face Heyman's faction head-on? The war for supremacy has officially begun, and WWE will never be the same. What's next? Predictions, theories, and fallout. The WWE Universe is buzzing with questions. Will Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes build a lasting alliance, or will internal tensions spell disaster? Can Bronson Reed's brutal force keep Heyman's faction dominant, or will the new Shield turn the tide? Paul Heyman's faction may be the most powerful faction WWE has ever seen, but with SummerSlam just weeks away, every move counts. Who will emerge victorious in this brutal faction war? Could other legends like The Rock or CM Punk get involved to tip the scales? Join the conversation, drop your predictions in the comments below. Who will prevail in this high-stakes war? The tribal chief and his unexpected ally? Or Paul Heyman's relentless faction? Smash that like button and subscribe, because this storyline is just heating up, and you won't want to miss a second of the explosive fallout. With allegiances shifting and power struggles intensifying, the WWE Universe is witnessing history in the making.